Hey guys, this is E from Jungle Blends, and today we're going to make a mermaid soap. So what I did is that I prepared a few days ago these really cute embeds that I'm going to stick in the soap. Um, they're really beautiful. This is a mold that I got from Amazon. I can link it below. The only criticism I would have is that it's a very shallow mold, so these are extremely fragile. It's the only concern I have. But other than that, they're beautiful, so why don't we go ahead and start right now?
So here I have all my colors and my oils already prepared, different shades of blue plus white to represent all the depths of the ocean. And now we're going to go ahead and pour our lye solution into the oils. As usual, I strain it just to get rid of any residue and any salt pieces that I still have in my salt water. But hold on, wait a second. I'm just realizing that we're missing something here. Something very important in soap making. Something crucial for your own safety. Yep, I'm talking about the gloves. Much better, much better. So let's keep going now. So I'm using fresh coconut from Make Your Own Buzz. Number one, because I love this fragrance, and most importantly, because it behaves extremely well, and I don't want to have any bad surprises while I'm making this batch. I tend to make bad choices when it comes to choosing new fragrances when I make a video, so this time I won't make the same mistake. So now I have just diluted my micas in some oil to make it easier to mix, and now we're going to stick blend everything. So here I'm just mixing it a little bit past emulsion, and now I'm just gonna eyeball it as usual into my different color containers. So we have the different depths of the ocean. We have white, an extremely light blue, and a darker blue. I try to make it look like where I live in the Caribbean, and sometimes here the oceans, depending on which beach you go to, really tends to look like that. So it's absolutely beautiful. And my goal is to make it such that the darkest color ends up on top, and that's where I'm going to put the mermaid's tail. So oops, here I forgot to separate some just to make the sand part. I just realized, if I'm making a beach themed soap, I also need to make the sand. So here I'm just adding some clay, sandstone clay, to give it some color. Sometimes I also use turmeric, but I find that it turns a bit yellow, so I wanted to avoid that this time. And I'm also adding some real sand to give it some texture and also make it a little scrubby in the shower. I noticed that people really enjoy this part and ask for it, so I need to make more scrub soaps. So while we're waiting for the bottom layer to harden, we're going to mix up the rest of the colors. And you know what's funny? Every time I make a soap, I make so many soaps, never have an issue, but every time I try to film myself making a soap, stuff goes wrong. It's funny how that works out. I don't know if it's the pressure of me showing what I'm doing that makes me forget things, but in this case, I had forgotten to mix in the fragrance. I corrected it afterwards, but these are little things that happen sometimes. You're focused on something, you're making sure that you're trying to film it properly, and then you forget important stuff. Thankfully, I'm always able to kind of make corrections last minute to fix things. So now we're going to pour the rest. So I just poured everything in one pot, starting with the darkest color below to make the lightest color at the top. Why? Because once I start pouring, the lightest color is gonna come out first, as you can see here. So this is not really a specific technique. As you can see, I'm just kind of moving my batter around. I don't even know if you could call this, I guess you could call this a swirl, but I just try to make it look as natural as possible. hoping that you can see the gradient once I cut the soap, you know, going from the lightest to the darkest. All right, so I guess that's it. I'm not done with it, obviously, because we're going to pipe the top. But I don't know, don't ask me why. For some reason in that moment, I thought it was a good idea to pour some gold glitter on top. And even though I find that it looks amazing, it's kind of pointless because afterwards I was going to pipe the soap anyway. But who cares? This is just what I did in the moment. This is, you know, one of the things, one of the improvisations that I do sometimes when I film and I don't think things through. But here we go. This is the next day. So now I'm cutting it. And I'm pretty pleased with how it looks. So the gradient is pretty accurate. It goes from lightest to darkest. The colors are not mixed too much. I would say I'm pretty pleased with it so far. And you're probably wondering why I cut my soap before piping it. But it's just, I don't know, I just find it that it looks nicer that way. Because if you pipe everything before cutting it, then the piping itself looks flat. It looks like it has been cut. Whereas if you do the piping afterwards, you know, each, I don't know how to call this, flower or whatever, you know what I mean? It looks still nice, like it doesn't look cut. It's very unique to each bar. And I just like this look much better. So here we go. I'm putting 2 layers to make it deep enough for me to insert the tail. And so now I'm just going to gently push it in. I'm sorry, I realized that I'm actually filming this from the back part of the soap. It looks much nicer from the front, but I'll turn the camera around in a bit. There you go. So I poured some glitter on top of this again because I hid the glitter at the bottom.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I love how they turned out personally, but like I said, those little embeds are super fragile, so the only concern I have is that if someone buys them, how I'm gonna package it without breaking it. But you know, I guess there's different ways that I could make it next time. I was thinking of, instead of placing it on top, next time just, you know, put some piping on the front of the soap and then like stick it to the front instead of having it stick out on the top. But yeah, I'll just see how I do it next time. But I love how they look, and yep, I hope you liked it too, and then I see you soon for the next video. Please don't forget to like it if you did like it, and subscribe so you're not missing the next one. Okay, thank you, bye.